from the Glassbox Studio, high above New York City, 500 feet to be exact. Yes, and we're looking over the Hudson River as the sun goes down, and that is New Jersey in the background. Good evening to everybody. Let's see who's first on the YouTube and first on the Facebook. Vinny Castiglione, you are first on the Facebook, my friend. Huge supporter of what I do. Big supporter of the private Facebook group. There he is, Vinny Castiglione. Welcome, my friend. And Andy Vollen, first on the YouTube. Andy Vollen, you traitor. You're a Facebook guy, but he's over there on the YouTube, and he's first on YouTube. Benjamin Tucker, Rachel from Minnesota. Yeah, dude, I'll be totally honest. There's only one reason I'm doing this, and it's for this man right here. Pat Duffy, I'm drunk as F on my birthday. Brother man. Let's say happy birthday, to Pat Duffy. It's the only reason I turned this on. I was kind of on the fence. I was doing the Oculus with my son after dinner, after watching the New Jersey Housewives finale. Oh, my God, things are getting crazy in Jersey. And then we had a little chirping chicken. And then a little Oculus, and then I saw Pat Duffy in the private Facebook group, basically saying thanks for the birthday wishes, and so far so good. So yeah, there you go. Look at all the love for you, Pat Duffy. Look at this. Hey, Imus, you rock, you son of a bitch. I'm the best it's ever been. Pat, you want to jump on the live stream? How drunk are you? Pat, if you are available, I just texted you the link. I want to say happy birthday to you. The word went down today. You don't have to wear your mask outside anymore, and it looks like you don't have to wear your mask in a lot of places indoors as well. I don't have the exact details, but the CDC basically saying, very important, because I don't want to get this wrong. Very, very important. Yes, the CDC saying that if you're vaccinated, then you don't really have to wear a mask outside anymore. But guess what? I was on my electric scooter today, and I still had my little mask on for the simple reason that it's keeping the seasonal allergies down. So I'm going to keep the mask on for another week or two until it's my birthday, and then I think the seasonal allergies will be gone for a while until the fall. Pat Duffy, Jesus, give me a minute. I can only imagine what you're up to. Then you're saying, Jesus, give me a minute. That can't be good because you have no shame. So what the hell are you doing that you can't click on that link and jump on my live stream right now? Cool boy. Hey, Hope, how it oing? It's oing pretty good there, brother man.
Good evening.
I can tell you're smashed.
Yeah, a little bit. And then you just gave me this invite, and I was in the middle of like 10 different things, and I was like, everybody needs to hold on. I got to go do this. So
what were you doing?
I was in the middle of putting my kids, like getting them ready for bed. I was mixing my wife a drink. And then out of nowhere, my neighbor across the street knocks on my door and goes, "Can you help me push my dead car out of the street? Because, we're all, we're white trash around here." So she's like, so I had to help the neighbor. And I was like, you don't understand. I have tens of people waiting for me to come talk to them. So I had to go. Yeah, I heard you mention you wanted something light and crispy. Nothing better than a Busch Light, my friend. It's made with pure river water. That doesn't mean it's clean, but it's good.
That makes it terrific.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, how's your birthday going?
My birthday was, it was all right. I mean, anything after like 6 years old isn't really that big of a deal. So like, I'm 36. It was like a regular day. We got to order out. I got to order whatever I wanted. It was nothing crazy. Yeah. So, but then I was like, I was just getting done eating dinner, and I was like, I'm gonna have a couple drinks. And then I had a couple Busch Lights and a couple screwdrivers, because I like screwdrivers a lot because they double as both a drink and a functional tool. So I like those. And then I literally I plugged my phone in, and I was like, Opie's live. And then you're like, I'm only here for you. So I was like, shit, I got to do this.
It's the truth.
Well, you know what? It's very humbling because, like, even after all these years, like even in our private group, like somebody makes Chloe, who's a cool girl, like she makes her own post to say happy birthday to me, and I'm like, I'm just some fucking schmuck, and I really appreciate it. So I appreciate it a whole lot.
We're all schmucks nowadays, there, Pat.
Oh, I mean, I don't mind it, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to be a maskless schmuck come Monday. So I'm really excited about that. Why
come Monday?
Because I get my second shot on Saturday.
Right.
And then the president, he announced today that we can go maskless, and I'm just in time getting the second shot. Monday, I'm walking to Walmart guns blazing. Not literally. That's a figure of speech. But I'm really excited about it.
But I thought you would be one of those guys that would say, I got this all over all over Twitty today because I said, mask off bitches. And this guy's like, I haven't worn a mask in 6 months.
No.
And I'm like, I wish we all could be as cool as you, man.
Yeah, well, exactly. You see, here's the thing. There's that guy, and then there's me. And the difference is I'm not an asshole. So if they want me, if they want me to wear a mask in order for me to go to fucking Walmart, then I don't really give a shit. And call me a sheep all you want. And here's what throws people off: I voted for Trump twice, so I still wore a mask, and I still complied, and I was still a sheeple, and it doesn't bother me. But now that we're lifting up, I'm all about it. No more mask.
How do you feel about your votes for Trump now that he's been out of office for a while?
It didn't. I'll tell you what, it didn't work out for us the second time. I enjoyed him for the 4 years. The reason that I voted for Trump was a couple different reasons, but the main reason was Trump, when he was against Hillary, was the only guy that mentioned public workers, and I'm a public worker, so he was the only guy that said that he wanted to help us. And Hillary never said anything about it, so I was like, that's my guy. So I threw my vote in for him, and then throughout the 4 years of pure entertainment, I just wanted to keep it going. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to enjoy this and just like watch this shit show for another 4 years, and then it didn't work out. And now we got old boring Uncle Joe. It's like going from smoking crack to like taking a melatonin to go to sleep. It's a total shift in the situation and the vibe in the country. So, but I'm all right. I'm happy about it.
I miss Trump. It's really strange that he pretty much has disappeared. And it's not just because he was banned from Facebook and Twitter. I mean, he's finally putting out little press releases, but it's really strange that he completely left and just disappeared. And I kind of miss him being an asshole. I'm not a big Trump guy as far as him being the president of the United States, but I just miss him being an asshole. It was fun.
No, I agree 100%. And I'm from the country part of New Jersey, so I'm part of all these local Facebook groups, and everybody's panicking about the gasoline, which, by the way, there's not going to be a gasoline shortage. Everything's going to be okay. And then everybody's like, this wouldn't happen if we still had the orange man who did mean tweets in office. And it's like, no, it would happen regardless. It would have happened no matter what. But it's just really funny. The whole situation's insane. And I'm just happy to be hammered on my birthday. That's all I give a shit about.
The beauty of a Biden presidency is I've just turned off cable news. I've watched maybe 10% as much as I did with Trump. I was all in. I was watching like. Fuck, man, it could have been 4 hours a day easily. And now it's like, if I watch 20 minutes a day, that's a lot now. And I kind of like that part of it because I kind of wanted to move on with my life and do other things with it.
Right.
And I'm glad I can leave this stupid apartment and not have people just talking about fucking Trump and Trump this and Trump that, whether they were for or against. I didn't want to hear either one of those 2 points of view.
I'll tell you, my entire news cycle and my entire consumption of the news, even when Trump was president for years and years, is I have a Google Home Assistant, and in the morning when I'm making coffee, I say "Good morning, Google," and it for 5 minutes runs down the news, and I notice a marked difference between when Trump was president and now, because it was like Trump in a tweet last night called this entire group of people assholes, and now it's like President Biden, he took a nap at 2 p.m. and it was great. And it's just a total difference now. And the news lasts 5 minutes now as compared to when Trump was in office. It was 15 minutes.
Steve Marvin writes, that's the problem, though, because no one is paying attention to what Biden and friends are up to. There's enough people paying attention to what Biden's up to. I'm just not one of them. I don't give a fuck.
No. And listen, there are people paying very much attention to Biden. There are probably people, measuring the fiber content in his stools because they got to make sure that he's healthy. There's enough people, but, the casual person living in America who used to be bombarded with Trump is no longer bombarded with politicians, so they don't listen to it anymore. And now nobody's paying attention. But you better fill plastic bags with gasoline and hoard them in your house because that's what's going to happen.
Did you see that picture I tweeted yesterday of the guy just filling up giant 55-gallon drums?
I know. It's so stupid. Stupid.
But I wrote simply, see, this is where you can't win because it all depends on who you support politically, which side. So that picture's just crazy no matter who you support. And I just wrote, me! I need my gas.
Right.
And then I think it was JW, who is a heavy Trump supporter. He's like, how do you not know that, he runs a landscaping company and he's taking care of all his employees and his business. I'm like, can't you just go with the joke? This fucking hoarding gas.
No, nobody runs with the bit. That guy panicked and he was hoarding gas. He doesn't run a landscaping company. I just based on his body shape alone, he doesn't run a landscaping company. So, so I understand. But no, and now people that are doing that are going to create the shortage because they're gonna pump too much, and then people are gonna show up and they're gonna go, "Thanks a lot, Biden. I knew this was gonna happen." It's just how it goes. So I'm all fired up tonight, man. You caught me at a good time.
Oh, well, as soon as I saw that you were like, had a few drinks, I'm like, oh, I'm getting Pat on the live stream tonight. You tell it is when you don't have a few beers. So being a Republican, I got to ask you about the Liz Cheney thing. Where you at with that?
First of all, your first mistake was calling me a Republican. I am a registered independent.
Sorry.
And no, you don't have to apologize.
I respect that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm a registered independent. I voted for Obama twice and Trump twice. Come at me. You know what I mean? Right. So, and to be totally honest with you, I don't really know much about the Liz Cheney because, like I said, I don't really consume the news that much.
Yeah.
So I really don't know what's going on with that. All I know is that Liz Cheney is Dick Cheney's daughter, right?
Yes.
So for that alone, she should be jailed for being a war criminal. That's all I know.
well, they certainly say that she's a warmonger, That's why she has to go. But all these people that are Republicans had no problem that she was a warmonger before she called out Trump on the, as they say, the big lie. And, she spoke out, and now they use the warmonger thing to justify the fact that she has to go.
No, well, of course, if you have any differing opinion than the majority, then you got to go. And that's a big part of the problem in this country. And that's just, you're not going to get away from that either. That's just the way that it's going to be.
No.
So
hey, I got to ask you. So obviously you did the baby bird, and most of the people check this out tonight. They know that it's one of the greatest things ever done on a radio show and on the internet, I would say. And, the other guy in that video, Pat from Inaki, did you see his fucking foot?
I sure did, and the only reason why I saw his foot is because people cannot realize that the baby bird was just about 15 years ago.
Oh,
and then they'll tag me in pictures of Pat's foot and say, "You need to get Pat Duffy to lick this." And I roll my eyes so hard I almost fall over, and I ignore their tweets. So, But I saw, Pat was, when I look at Pat, I don't immediately think of myself, now there's a guy who takes care of himself.
No, of course not.
And there's what you call a physical specimen. I don't think that. So, and it sucks. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but I couldn't imagine letting it get to that point.
I absolutely feel bad about the guy, and he's in horrendous health right now with diabetes, and I think he's got the start of edema, and he's got sleep apnea. Sorry, low oxygen, all sorts of stuff's going on with him, and his sense of humor is just crazy as he goes through these serious medical issues. He's in the hospital because he had an infection in his ankle, and they decided they need to scoop it out basically with like an ice cream scooper, and he's got a giant, massive hole where you can see his ankle bone, and he just tweets the picture like it's nothing, and then he's got all his one-liners about it. I'm like, this guy's crazy, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, the guy's very positive, and you gotta credit him for that.
100%.
So, which is good, which is really good, because from a guy to come from the background, you remember when we did Cribs where he went to his trailer and Munaki and the whole thing, like that dude, he could have easily been a seriously depressed person and miserable, but he's not. So all credit to him.
No, of course. We can all learn from him, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. So what are you going to do for the rest of your birthday?
Well, I'm going to put my kids down, and my little one was a little sick last night. She was up most of the night. So it's 7:45. I'm hammered. I'm probably going to be asleep by 8:30. So,
on your birthday.
Yeah. Hey, man. Like I said, anything past 6 is, it's all downhill. So I'm 36 today. I can confidently say that I have everything I've ever wanted to achieve. I am the happiest I've ever been. And I'm going to go to sleep tonight in my own house with my wife and my kids. And I could not ask for anything more.
Oh my God! You just got serious. That's awesome, actually. I like that stuff. I like when people get real. We can fuck around and have time and be assholes and all that. But I also like when people are real. What did you get for your birthday? Anything good?
Well, I haven't gotten anything yet because my wife told me the other day, she was like, I haven't gotten anything, so I told her not to. And I was like, don't worry about it, because our 10-year anniversary is on the 16th. So I said, well, we'll loop something in for the 16th. My little one, we sat down for dinner, and she just looked at me and she was like, Dad, and I go, yes. She goes, happy birthday. And that was everything I needed. You know what I mean? It was all I needed.
This month, law enforcement will be cracking down on drivers and passengers who aren't buckled up. Here's why.
I responded to a crash on the highway where a pickup flipped over multiple lanes of traffic. The driver of the vehicle was missing, and we actually found him underneath the vehicle, unfortunately deceased on scene.
We write seatbelt tickets to save lives.
Out of all the wrecks that I've worked, I've never had to unbuckle a dead body.
Officers are out in force, writing seatbelt citations that can add up to $200. Click it or ticket. This message brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation.
I see the comment there that said, because I can't see the comments other than the ones you put on the screen. Yeah. And somebody wrote, did Pat Duffy stay in broadcasting?
Yeah.
And I'll give you the very, very cliff notes of it. After I separated from the Opie and Anthony Show, which I'm forever grateful for the experience, and it was an amazing time, I went home and I was pissed off for a long time, but then I started to try and work in radio, and I tried all day, every day to send resumes out. And I was qualified for so many positions across the board that I would apply for, like overnight job and, overnight board op in Omaha, and, morning drive in Tacoma, Washington for, Scooter and the Bear or whatever bullshit they got going on there. But then I would apply and I would get an interview and they would say, you're Pat Duffy from Opie and Anthony. And I'd say, yeah. They go, I don't know why you're trying here. Try somewhere else.
Wow.
So, yeah. And then at the same time, I was working outside doing landscaping, and I realized that I like that more. So then I parlayed that into the job that I have now, and I've been at my job now for 7 years, and I have never been happier. So to answer the question, no, I didn't stay in broadcasting. This is as close as I get, and this is an amazing amount of fun, and I hope to do it more.
I got to tell you, so recently I was talking, and I was thinking about regrets in my career, right? And I do – when I really sit down and think about it, I do. And one of my regrets is that I fucking didn't realize how talented you were outside all the stunts. And I know we talked about it on the podcast and in person and stuff. And I regret that. I regret that I didn't really embrace what you were all about and keep you around and, maybe try to mentor you a little bit and bring you to another place with what you were doing for the radio show. Simply put, when we got moved over to the SiriusXM studios in Times Square, which I thought was a huge mistake by the company, that signaled the end of the show doing all those crazy ass stunts. And at the time, logically, it meant, bye-bye to Pat Duffy. And I do regret that. And I did.
Well, no, I know you do. And you and I talked about this on the first episode of the podcast that we did together. And you can't live with regret, and you don't worry about it. And like
Right.
I just said to you, the choices that I made after I left the show have made me into the life that I have now, and
Right.
I could not be happier. So don't regret it. Don't worry about it. It was a really, really, really good time, and I am super happy with where I'm at now. But we, as far as right now, moving right here, right now, we need to move on, and we need to keep this going together because this is a lot of fun. As far as
Absolutely. It's funny. Wow, man, you're kind of on the path of enlightenment. Maybe something happened in the woods in Jersey when you were camping, because you make a really good point there, because there are many times I really wish I walked away from the Opie and Anthony show and quit, and I certainly tried to do that a few times. The first time was back in 2000, right before we were going to be syndicated and make stupid money. And then, I don't remember the second time, the details, but the third time was when Anthony basically texted me the C word, that I was a C because I wasn't looking at him.
Right.
After he trashed my brother's restaurant, publicly, and I'm like, that's, dude. If you trash me, that's one thing, but my brother is a really hardworking blue collar guy that's trying to make a living with his restaurant, and he just went all in and trashed my brother because of he thought he wasn't getting the service that he deserved. And it turned out that the guy that saw Anthony that night and sat him wasn't even a fan of the Opie and Anthony show, wouldn't have no idea that it was Anthony. I tried to explain that, and that wasn't good enough. And then, we're ready to start the show on Monday, and it's the famous text where he texted me and said the little C won't even look at me, and I'm like, what the hell? And then he tries to throw Jimmy under the bus. That's a big man right there. He goes, no, that was for Jimmy. That was for Jimmy. And I'm like, and then the realization was, oh my God, it's obvious that you guys have been texting back and forth in front of me probably for years. I mean, come on, that wasn't the first time. So then we had a huge blowout. They delayed the start of the show, and I just walked out. And I tried to quit. I'm like, that's enough. Done. I can't do this anymore. And I went AWOL for 3 days. And then the only way I actually ever returned their calls was Mel Karmazin personally called me and said, get your ass in here and let's talk about this. And then he basically said, if you're done with Opie and Anthony and you want to reinvent yourself, I want you to do it under my umbrella.
Right.
And that was the only reason I came back. That was the only reason I came back. So my point is, sorry. Oh, Benjamin Tucker liked our honesty. Give this to Pat. I think he needs it. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. You weren't supposed to see that one.
What the fuck, Ben Tucker? Like, I'm not hard up for $10 just because I'm drinking Busch Light and enjoying my day. Leave me the fuck alone, right?
Why don't you know what? I mean, I like getting a few bucks to do the live stream. It's not going to make me rich by any means, but it certainly keeps me motivated. But why don't you fucking give out your Venmo or something? And all the people that are going to give me money tonight, they should give it to you.
I'll tell you what. My wife.
I'm serious.
No, I know. Huh? I don't have a Venmo because I don't know. I don't know any about that newfangled technology. But hang on. I believe my wife does.
Okay.
And it would be really funny if money just started showing up in my wife's account.
Yes.
So you know what? Let's just go up and ask her.
All right, let's go and ask her. I love this. This is awesome. I want to get back to what we were talking about in a second too, because I was making a point. I absolutely
hang on. Let me go through this. Let me figure this out real quick.
Okay.
She doesn't want to be on camera, so we can't show her.
All right. No problem. So. I get that too.
All right. Hey, Helen.
What?
What's your Venmo?
I don't know why.
Because people want to send me money for my birthday, but I don't have a Venmo because I'm 30. I'm 36. Hang on, stand by.
Okay, stand by.
It's not what I originally said. It's Melissa MELISSA 908.
Yeah.
Marie MARIE. That's her Venmo.
Okay. Great.
So listen, if $1 shows up, then I'm getting paid for this, and I'm doing a good thing. All right, I love you.
So here's the deal. So anyone else that's
I go.
No one else gives me money tonight. Give it to Pat Duffy for his birthday.
Yeah.
And then when I see you, obviously the drinks and dinner on me. But I hope someone sends you something. That'd be really cool.
I walk out of the room and I go, I love you. She goes, yeah, you're drunk.
So my point, when I try to quit 2 or 3 times, definitely 2, but I think there's at least a third there. If I would have quit, as much as I was miserable on the Opie and Anthony Show for a long, long time, if I quit and left that situation, it would have led me to the path of meeting my wife and having my 2 kids. Some people believe that, you would have met her anyway, but me staying with the show led me to my wife and now my 2 kids. So that's why you sort of can't have regrets in life, because your path is your path, and it's going to send you somewhere.
Every step I made from the day that I left 111 West 57th Street in New York City, has led me to this seat right here, and I don't regret a single step.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all good. Yeah.
I mean, if you never discovered your ex-girlfriend with that giant sex toy that she was hiding in the house that you guys were living in, it wouldn't have led to this.
And I'm not telling that story again. So if you got to go back and listen to that again, because my wife should be talking about an old ex-girlfriend or sex toys. So instead of me telling that story, just send my wife money.
Yes. Yeah, send money to the Venmo, and then go back and listen.
908 Marie.
Yeah. No, if you're subscribed to the Opie Radio podcast, the Pat Duffy episodes, we've done a few now, man. They're really, really good, and he tells, that story is fucking wild. It's one of the wildest stories I've had on the podcast since starting it like 3 years ago.
No, and I got to be honest with you. Jesus Christ, I'm just hammered, just blowing you all day. I'm really happy that we're doing this all the time because I had left this entire part of me behind. You know what I mean? And then I start getting involved with this, and it's like I get a little fire under my ass. I've been doing these shows on Friday nights. I haven't done one in a while because I've just been hanging out with my wife and kids, but I'm gonna get back into it. Hi, watch out! I got my kids coming in here. Leave me alone. Go to bed. Why? Do you want to get on my live stream? Yeah. All right. So this is my stepdaughter.
Hi. How are you?
She can't hear much. Here, put this earbud in.
Yeah.
Here you go. Put that in. So this is my stepdaughter. She's 11 years old, and
right on.
You hear that? All right. Yeah. So I forget what I was even talking about, but that's I do have.
Well, my son's 11, so we might have to do a little play date.
I'm down, dude. Let's do a play date.
Big play dates.
Are you gonna?
Girls.
All right, you're talking about stuff that's local. You can't go inside baseball. I love you. Go ahead, go to bed. I'll talk to you later. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Listen. Dad's in show mode. Let's go.
I love it.
I love you, honey. Go. Get out. Anyway.
Oh my God. You were saying, so you're, we reconnected, man, but you were always, you were always supportive of me, man. And you kind of understood all the bullshit that was going on behind the scenes at the Opie and Anthony Show.
Well, the reason why
I respect you for that, man.
The reason I understood the bullshit was because I was dealing with the same bullshit firsthand. Obviously not to the same extent as you were, but I was dealing with it on the lowest level, and I realized that there was this weird hierarchy, and when the mics were off, all anybody ever did was make fun of the listeners, which were the backbone of what we did, and it was ridiculous. So I related with you, and also to rewind back 20-something years, some of my fondest memories as a kid were in 8th, 7th, 8th grade listening to you on WNEW with my dad in his truck. So I was always going to be faithful to you. You know what I mean? And that's just the way that it worked. And then we worked together, and and then I was like, no, that's my guy. So you're still my guy, and this is the way we're going to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. You never turned your back on me, man. I really, really appreciate that, Pat.
And I never will.
There were a few that didn't turn their backs on me, but wow, there were a lot that certainly did. My God. Tell Pat to check his Venmo. I just got $10. So I can tell you to go check the Venmo. Well, you got to go back and check the Venmo.
Well, when I go back inside in a couple of minutes, because it is almost bedtime for my kids, so I'm running out of time. But I will check the Venmo, and that looks like from Benjamin Tucker, who is a good dude, and I will reach out to him personally.
100%. I owe Benjamin Tucker a lot. This guy. Oh, by the way, I'm not wearing pants tonight.
Oh, really? What a coincidence! Hey, dude, I'm in full end of the night on a Thursday birthday pajama mode. I had to put those shorts on to do this. So
Yeah.
and I was like, Opie wants me to go live. My wife was like, you got to tuck your pants in and you got to put some water on your face because you're a little flushed. I was like, I'll see you in a little while. And then I just come in bursting in. What's your Venmo? What's going on?
I think, and there's a couple other people that said they sent money to the Venmo. So now I'm curious.
Listen, if anybody did that, I super appreciate it, and I'm humbled, and I don't deserve it, and my wife will be super happy about it. So,
well, this will play in these live streams do really well in the replays. So, give out the Venmo again for Pat Duffy's birthday.
Okay.
And here's the deal, Pat gave us so much entertainment back in the day on the Opie and Anthony Show. So, give generously if you can, and don't give me any money today.
No, by all means, and I really appreciate it. My wife's Venmo is, I'll give it again. It's Melissa908 Marie, whatever that is. That's her Venmo name. I appreciate it.
What's in your room there? Where are we? Are we in the basement?
Listen, I am in my garage, which is like my area, my man cave, as you want to call it. And I'm almost embarrassed at how gross it is because I just throw shit in here all winter and then I haven't cleaned it up yet. But this is my garage. It's really messy. So don't judge me. That's the bottom of the Power Wheels that I built for my kid. I collect Coleman. I like Coleman lanterns and stuff, so I collect those. Okay. And I collect stickers. So I have a lot of stickers, including there it is.
Oh, nice.
Including old Fez Watley has a posse and some K-Rock stickers.
You collect lanterns? What the fuck?
I do.
Why?
You want to see my listen? Because all right, you're gonna make fun of me, but I really like camping, and I really like vintage camp. I really like vintage camping equipment, and Coleman was like always the best. And then I also have this weird obsession with serial killers. So one of the most prolific serial killers in America, named BTK, worked at the Coleman plant in the 70s. So I like to collect mid-70s era Coleman lanterns in case he put one together.
Oh my God.
So but here because they date stamp the bottom of the lanterns when they build them. And this one right here is actually my Opie and Anthony lantern because it was created in March of 2007, which is when I was working for the show. So I consider that my O&A lantern.
All right.
And
very nice.
This one is my Devil's Lantern because it was made in June of 1966. It's my 6/6 lantern.
Okay.
And then I have my oldest one, which is this one, which was July of 1947. So, but I just like all that. I like all that old shit.
What a weird fucking collection. Collecting lanterns.
Yeah, I collect everything Coleman. Like, you can't see it because it's a super mess, but I have a whole shelf over there full of stoves and sleeping bags and all kinds of shit from Coleman. So I just like Coleman. I don't know. It's a weird thing to like. It's a weird thing to like. I understand.
Nice.
So
I'm hearing that the camera tonight is really shitty on my end. That sucks because I've been having good luck with the quality of this live stream lately. So I don't know. It's probably because the kids are using the Oculus and sucking up all my Wi-Fi right
The goddamn kids always using all the goddamn technology.
Using up all my Wi-Fi.
God damn
live stream with Pat Duffy.
Oh, these goddamn! I can't believe my kid crashed it. That was hilarious.
That was really good. People really bitch about the quality of the video. Mike, I'll put Mike on the screen, but usually the quality is pretty damn good. I don't know what happened.
No, it is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. The people are getting free content and they're still going to bitch about it. So it is what it is.
Of course. Well, and then they search out just to hate on this. It's like, dude, like.
Oh, dude, listen, if I had more time, I'd go into the whole thing about how, I don't know if you want to bring it up or not, but Anthony made that retaliation, comment about the story about the mystery comic and all that. And I went through the Twitter comments and I was like, just leave the fucking guy alone.
Yeah.
Enough already. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't mean to bring up a sore subject, but I'm sorry. But
well, first of all, I didn't watch any videos that he made. I just do not search that stuff out or click on it at all. I did tell the truth. The company wanted to pay a comic that was doing the show at the time $1 million to replace Anthony because they were trying to keep the O&A audience intact.
And I just
they knew,
to be honest,
I got to say, because they knew, the company really knew that Anthony was completely off the rails at that point.
right?
And that's why they had to let him go. And very, very talented guy. Obviously, it brought a lot to Sirius XM, but they knew he was off the fucking rails with his rants. Right. And when he got fired, they truly wanted to keep as much of the audience as possible, and so they offered a comic $1 million for whatever reason. Did it bother him? He had to make a video about it. I don't even know the details of it.
Well, it was. I mean, I'm not going to get into the details of it because it's not worth it. But I watched like half of it, and I was like, enough already. Like, you're dedicating all this time on your show to this bullshit. Like, just get over it. But I'm here tonight to admit that it was me. I'm the mystery comic. And I know there's been a lot of speculation. I just haven't had a lot of time to get through it. But I was just, the thing is I had to turn $1 million down to work my my $57,000 a year public sector job. I couldn't walk away from it. Right. I couldn't do it, and I had a responsibility, and I had to mow the grass on the highway. Like, I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. So
you had priorities. I get it.
Yeah, I had priorities. I had to pick up litter, and I had to pick up people's piss bottles, and I didn't want to make fart jokes with you all day. Right. So I apologize. So
I hear you. A lot of people think it's Jim Brewer. It absolutely wasn't Jim Brewer, but over the years, me and Jim have talked about doing a show together, and we definitely were talking about doing something after I think Jimmy left, when it was down to that afternoon show I put together with Carl and Vic and Sherrod, which I loved the hell out of, and I would put that up against anything else I've done in my career. Right. But officially, there wasn't an offer for Jim Brewer because me and Jim talked, and he couldn't figure out a path where he would be able to actually do it on a full-time basis. So it was not Jim Brewer for all the people that are trying to figure it out.
Well, and all that, and all that should happen, and now here we are. So
here we are.
Again, you can't go back to living with regrets. It is what it is. You got your puka shell bracelet on. You got your, it's all good.
Yeah, this is from Carl, man.
Oh, all right. Well, I apologize. I didn't mean to do that.
It was laying around my kitchen table for like over a year, and I just put it on the other day. That's it.
Nice.
So, all right, Pat. Well,
yeah. I was about to say.
Oh no, we gotta go check the Venmo before we end this because we're all curious as we end the live stream for Pat.
It's got to have a payoff.
Yeah, we gotta have a payoff. You know how this works.
Yeah, I do. I know more realize I do. See, I always had more talent than you ever gave me credit for. I knew there's got to be a payoff. All right, hang on. Here we go. Hey, Han?
Yeah.
Did anything come from Venmo?
Yeah, like people are sending like 69 cents.
69 cents? Thanks, guys.
49.
Charles sent 69 cents, which is appreciated.
Okay.
Randall, somebody named Randall sent $100.
Wow, nice.
Jason sent 44 cents.
Nice.
Benjamin Tucker sent $150.
Ooh.
Vincent sent $10. So,
And Michael sent one.
And somebody named Michael sent $1. So,
all right.
I'm not going to put you on camera, but I know you say thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. So, no, really, guys, I appreciate that because that officially marks the most money I've ever made doing radio. Right there. So, so that's amazing, and that's humbling, and I super appreciate that, and more than you'll ever know. So let me go back outside. I hate being loud in my house because I'm just naturally loud, and my kids are like, "Shut up." So all right, well, get out of here. But I do want to say thank you so much, and that was amazing. Like, all jokes aside, I really appreciate that. And that like kind of blows that like honestly kind of blows my mind a little bit because that's like super nice. And I wasn't prepared for that.
All right, brother. So, happy birthday for real, okay?
And for real, thank you guys so much. And I really, really appreciate that. Melissa 908 Marie on Venmo. Thank you so much. Later, guys.
All right, there he goes, Pat Duffy. That's cool. If you fuckers gave him money, that's awesome. That makes me very, very happy tonight. Pat's a good dude, man. All right, we'll end with some comments on the big screen here. Yes, that is the guy that stapled his forehead. Pat Duffy did the baby bird. He stapled his forehead to the point that I think he had to go to the doctor or the guys at the Opie and Anthony Show were trying to get him checked out. He brushed his teeth with dog poo. He brought in his sister's breast milk, and me and him ate the homemade ice cream from the breast milk. Going back to the other day when I was talking about how all these guys were doing crazy stunts for the Opie and Anthony Show, and I felt like I had to dip in every once in a while. So when we found out that Pat's sister was pregnant, she collected some breast milk, and we made some ice cream, and me and Pat Duffy gobbled it down. And I got to be honest with you, for the first second or two, it was the best vanilla ice cream I've ever had. And the next 2 to 3 seconds was horrific. It tasted like armpit sweat. Oh, my God. It was bad. All right, comments from top to bottom, then we're out of here, okay? Anthony was shitting on creamy butters. Why is he shitting on creamy butters? What did creamy butters do to you? It's a guy that supports me. That's what he did. Anyone that supports me has to get shit on. Jesus. Hope he's a really good dude. I try to be better. That's all you can do in your life is just try to be better. That's my whole goal in life. Just try to be better.
Boo, 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 boo. Opie Radio. Boo, 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 boo. Boom, 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 boom. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo.